And I don't know why it's so pixelated. Okay, I think I'm live. Hello. Sorry about the delay. The joys of new telephones. So I had checked everything, done everything backstage, and yes, well, thought I was live and wasn't. I had my mom saying, "Aren't you live?" And I thought, well, I was. I thought I was live. Thank goodness for my mom who double checked on me. Anyway, so I'm here. It looks very pixelized. So sorry about that delay. Technology, love-hate relationship with it. Okay, so you can see my keyboard, which I don't need anymore. So we can take that out of the way. We can get the journal out. So, hi there, Rachel. Can you tell me if I'm pixelized on your end or not, or is it just my rubbish new screen? Oh, Fralina, that's Christiana. Zenia is a month and a bit old. She's watching too. Hello, gorgeous. Hello, hello. Okay, so it looks like everybody can see me. Okay, so to add to the crazy this week, people, on Sunday, my husband set me up with a new computer because my laptop was dying. So that was all well and good. And so now I have a new screen in front of me over there, which doesn't have the best resolution. So as I say, when I'm looking at myself, it's like all little tiny squares. And then it upgraded from Windows 10 to Windows 11. And on Monday night, I got a new phone. So it's all a little bit technologically challenged on this end of the world. But we're here. I made it. I got in. You all waited for me patiently. And for that, I am so grateful. So the last time I was live, I made a card that looked like this. And it was from using the stencil. Where's my stencils? I have my stencils over here. It was from using the doggy stencil, and there is also a kitty stencil. And what I did is when I had stenciled through my stencil like this using distress oxide. So I'm just showing you the distress ink, but you get the distress oxide. It works with distress ink, but I find that distress oxide works the best for spraying, spritzing, and printing with your inky stencil. So that's how I got this look. And in all honesty, I was cleaning my stencils here while I was making the samples for Sarah. Hi, Marita. Long time since you watched a live. Well, welcome, welcome, welcome. Oh, thanks, Christiana. They are rather cute. And what's really nice is you can repeat these stencils. They are designed so that the little footprint on the outside, you overlap it over the previous one. So you just overlap it like that and you continue. So you can make it as long, as big, as wide as you need to. So here I was cleaning my stencils, and it's a great way to start a background for a journal page. And I've decided to use this tonight. Firstly, we're running a bit late, and so it's a bit time saving. Secondly, it's already dry. My paper's nice and flat because, you know, when you have wet paper a lot, it tends to go a bit wrinkly. I am using the Hahnemuhle journal, and it has really good quality paper. So even if you make your pages quite wet, you can see they don't go too wrinkly. So where am I going with this tonight? Well, that is a very good question. Hi, Andrew. Hi, Karen Oppett. Joan. Rachel. So I'm just trying to see if I've got everybody. Yeah, if I've got some of you in my backstage as Facebook users, so I can't see who you are, but people on Facebook can see who you are, so that's great. I've also got some washi tape here. I have been very busy with my brother. I don't have a real brother, but my scan and cut. And so I have got the stencil up here with the kitty cat. So I think we'll probably use kitty cat up there. I've got the doggy stencil down here. So let's look for a doggo. Let's have maybe sideways doggo. Now let's use the sideways doggo. So we'll have him looking into the page. Yeah, so and then what I've also done is I hand cut some of his glasses and the other doggo's glasses, and it's quite fun. You can actually put them on other characters, so it's a bit so they look really cool on the cow, for instance. So if you take the cow, you can give him funny eyes. So yeah, and you can swap the glasses. So if we use the forward-facing doggo, so then I can give him the cat's eyes and give the dog's eyes. You see, you can play with these things. It's such fun. Oh, and they're shiny, of course. So I've put glossy accents on them so that they look like real goggles. So maybe, yes, I think I'll do that tonight. We will give them, the dog will have the cat's vision and the cat will have the dog's vision. I wonder, cute evil laugh. So yes, I have done that. So I will probably just land up cutting those out and sticking them on there. Right, and then the other thing you can see that I was busy with when I started is I've got some of the Funky Fossil dies going over here, and I thought that would be quite fun to have one of them in a frame. And then I was thinking that maybe we'll just do the cat's face in the frame, so that makes life a lot easier. We'll just trim him off. Let's leave the collar, the first bit of the collar on, and we'll trim that off. There we go. And I see my brother didn't do a brilliant job of cutting that bit of the whiskers, so we will just assist. And there we go. So he will fit nicely in there. I'm not going to cut those just yet. I'm going to pop them in there so that, and I'm going to keep this because I might give somebody else. You see, you can change the bodies. So you could give a different body to him. So it's like playing, paper dolls. So where's my little box of those? Oh, thanks, Louise. Yes, I put my brother to work very hard, Sue. I have the hardest working brother. Right, now, where are we going with this? Because I usually like 3 things on a page because it just visually is a little bit more balanced. But what I'll probably do is have one at the top and one at the bottom like this. And then I still have the cutout of that. So maybe, so that came out of the middle. I actually think that maybe we can cut that out. So I've got my vagabond right next to me here. So I'll just give this a quick snippety snip and add, I've got my magnetic sheet in, so I just need to remove what is there. Pop that on. Of course, it's happening off screen. I can't move my vagabond so you can see what I'm doing, but yeah. Hello, Anna. Welcome. The Happy Mail die set is on sale at a crazy price. Oh, that's nice to know. Thanks, Rachel. I actually had not looked at the website, which I probably should have before I started. I was just so busy playing and fighting with technology. Okay, let's get that off the magnet. There we go. So Right, so now I have the same texture. I have a solid, and I'll probably put it somewhere. Right, let's get those out the way. Now to color them in and maybe give something some shading. So I just want to stick these back before I lose them, because you know I live in a Bermuda Triangle of my own creation, and things go missing right before my eyes. Entirely my own fault, of course. So I just want to pop that away. There we go. So that's done. Right, so let's give them some color. And I'm going to use my watercolor pencils just because they are the easiest. Yes, Kitty got beheaded, but he's actually going to be framed, not just beheaded. He will be framed, you know. Right, I need a water brush. Has this one got water in? Yes. Yeah, we have a water brush. Okay, so let's see what colors go nicely with that. So I like to work to make things pop. I quite often work with opposite colors. Opposite colors on the color spectrum are known as complementary. So orange and blue are complementary. So that's quite an orangey brown. So I will probably go with a couple of shades of blue then. So we will do that for both of them. Oh, thanks for the links, Rachel. So yes, here's the horse. Karen Halbert is saying she likes the horse. So here is the horse. He's not a unicorn. He's just a fantastical horse. Well, I guess, he kind of reminds me of one of those Roman soldiers with that headgear. These are all completely made up characters based on nothing in particular, just my imagination. Yes, these animals do come out really nicely in monochrome. So I'm going to play, what color did I make his eyes? So we've got green eyes that are going with a dog and yellow. So we've got those two that we're going to be using. And I should sharpen my pencil. So these probably, they do fit in there. It's the other ones that don't. Right, working light to dark, just because that's how I like to work, whether I'm painting or I am coloring in. Oh, that one doesn't want to sharpen, so we'll just sharpen the okay, so let's go from light to dark. So we're going to give light skin color, fur, whatever you want to call it, on the dog. And the nice thing about working with these pencil crayons is you can work quite quickly. As you can see, I'm not being terribly careful. I'm maybe pressing harder here and there where I want stronger shadows, because I'm going to be adding water. When I add water to the watercolor pencils, then it spreads it out nicely. So you don't have to be too hard on your pencils and, trying to be terribly specific. So now I'm going in with a darker blue inside his ears, where it would be darker. I had a dog with great big ears like this. Some people thought she was papillon. But no, she was just a pavement special. Okay, so I'm going to leave him at that. Let's do kitty cat. Right, so I'm going to go lighter on the outside. Oh, he's a bit like a bat-eared fox, or like a Frenchie, or again, he's a completely made up dog. So is this cat. The other cat is based on my cat. I used his profile from a photograph I took. But this one is a made up kitty cat. So we're going to have some. That's the nice thing about these, is you don't have to try and be realistic. You don't have to try and, color them perfectly, because they are made up fantastical creatures, and well, your imagination is your limitation. Oh, thanks, Rachel. Yes, I am live on my YouTube as well. I have not done this for ages, people. I must admit, it was quite something setting everything up, as I have not done it for quite a while. Okay, we're gonna go. Let's go darker with this, and I'm not sure what this is. It looks like some sort of metal headpiece. So we will go dark at the top to make it look like it's going round, and I'm going to go dark under his little lip there, dark underneath his goggles. Okay, let's go dark on here. So yes, so I'm back with StreamYard. I had to re-register with StreamYard. I'm very busy behind the scenes setting up all sorts of things. It's going to take me at least another month to get organized. Maybe 6 weeks, because we're halfway through May. And believe me, time just flies. But I've decided I will be live at least 3 times a month in the different groups. So I'm here in Jammers next month again. I'm in on Funky Fossils next Wednesday. And then I'm with the other group with that really long name, crafting together with all brands. Yes. Okay, so I quite like where I've gone with that. So now I'm just going to grab my. You've been out and about walking. Well, that's healthy. You're quite excused. I don't know who you are, because on my end it says Facebook user. That's not a problem. I can read your. Yeah, thanks, Rachel. Crafting with all brands. Yeah, crafting together with all brands. Okay, so my brush is clean. That's the thing you have to check. If you have not cleaned your brush before you've put your lid back on and the bristles get stained, it's always good to check firstly how much water is coming through, and if your brush is indeed clean, because I've had the horrible experience of getting this far and then having, for argument's sake, I don't know, brown or orange or something on my brush. So now we're going to activate the pencil crayons, and I'm going to start by activating where I used the lighter color first. And you can see why I didn't have to be so terribly careful, because with the brush it activates the pencil crayon, and you can take it to those edges and things. Right, now I'm going to go into the darker areas. Activate those. We'll just take it down there. So we'll just give it a bit of shading. Now we'll do the dark inside the ears. Dark. Oh no! Don't break your whiskers. Oh, no side. Right. Then here, where I didn't even color in everything that was, I'm just going to use what's on my brush, and that will be more than enough. I want to take the dark down the side, leaving it light in the front. So Mr. Kitty Cat is finished. And I'll just take some of that color around the edges where I can see that my brother didn't do a brilliant job. So there we go. There is Mr. Kitty Cat. And you can see the difference between where I've added water and haven't added water. So I haven't added water to the dog yet. What's Judith up to? Upsetting cows? Don't go upsetting any cows. Oh, good grief. Cow dodging. Right. That could get, it sounds vaguely dangerous. Mind you, cows, yeah, they can be fairly bloody minded. Okay, so we're just activating the light blue again, and I'll go around and do that everywhere first, because you could see just now when I activated on the cat, a lot of the pigment stays on your brush, and you can then use that. So now we're going to go into the darker color, so you can use that to move it around to your advantage. So I'm going to give more shadow on this side. So I'm using the dark color that's on my brush already. I'm going to grab some from there, put it into here. Now, when I did the drawing of these, I did put these little lines in to help with the shading, so you don't have to be too careful or specific with the shading, because a lot of the shading is already done for you with my pen work. So I'm just going to go start in the middle and then use what's left of my brush to do his bow tie and his snoot. Grab a little bit from there, and I think he's done. Okay, so hello Sarah, welcome. Rachel's going to be checking on Judith. Okay, so we have Mr. Doggo and Mr. Cat as they are, but now of course we have them glasses that I'm going to do a glasses swap on these two. So Mr. Doggo's glasses are going to go on Mr. Cat. So those I don't actually have to cut or alter at all, because those look pretty cool as they are. So I'm just going to glue them on. But Mr. Doggo will, because he's got a bigger face, I need to adjust his glasses. So Mr. Cat gets Doggo's glasses. So now, yeah, actually that works. No, we don't have to trim anything. We just can glue. Perfect. Okay, so cute evil laugh. Sorry, can't resist it. Oh, just because everyone is probably wondering what the floof we're talking about. I was trampled nearly to death by a hormonal cow a few years ago. Oh my word, how scary! I would give them a wide berth. So okay, yes. Well, to be honest, Joan, most of us are scary and dangerous when we're hormonal. Let's just get that out there, you know. Okay, so now that we have done that, let's put these away. Oh, hello, Gabby. Gabby's saying hello to Christiana, I see. Right, let's bring this back into the screen, because now we're going to go, we're going to finish this page off. I don't want to go over time, because I know somebody is live straight after me at 8:15. So I'm going to, that's kind of what I'm going to do. I'm going to have this opposite balance. And then I need to build some things around. So what do we need to do? Well, I feel like Mr. Doggo needs some sort of background. So I'm going to just mark with my pencil. I see you waving there, Gabby. I'm just going to mark with my pencil lightly there because I want to this is low tack tape. And I'm going to make it just slightly bigger than my pencil line. I will hold this up because you can't, I've drawn so lightly, you can't see it on the screen. But we need to fill in this background so that it's slightly different to the rest of the page. And let me just do that. And then I will do the same up here with the cat. So it's pencil line avatars. What are we saying about avatars? Loving them in blue, yes. Avatars, yes. Those blue people. Well, the whole reason I'm doing the blue, because of course you weren't here at the beginning, Sarah, I'm using complementary colors or opposite colors because I've cut your dyes in the very orangey brown. I'm going with the blue to complement them and make them stand out a bit more. So that is why I'm doing that. So what I'm doing is just making sure that it's not too going to be sticking out. When I have done the pencil line, so you can see the pencil line there, I put my low tack tape just a little bit away from that so that I don't have to line it up absolutely perfectly when I'm sticking my frame back on. And I'm now going to grab, what am I going to grab? You know what? I'm going to grab my pencil crayons again because I want the colors to match. I was going to use my Distress inks, which I could actually still use. Let me see. Let me see. Do we have a color that goes with my pencil? Yes, Mermaid Lagoon goes nicely with that. And I'm going to use my little brush. These are such delicious brushes. I'm going to christen this brush in Mermaid Lagoon. And I'm just going to fill in the background a little bit. I don't want it to be too blue because I don't want the cat to disappear completely. So I'm just putting a little bit of blue to fill things in because I want to link it up, but I don't want him to disappear. And then I'm going to grab my brush that's already been christened by my oxide, and I'm going to bring that into the corners. It's okay, Alicia. No problems at all. Hope you had a nice chat with your mom. Okay, let's see how he's looking against there. Not popping out as much as I would like, so let's just see. Okay, I'm going to have to go dark. Right, time to go dark. We bring in the black. And where is my black brush? Make a new one. You cheated. You saw it with Gabby. Okay, so I'm going to go nice and dark here in the background. No, don't. Okay, let's add some more blue to this. Activate some more of the color. I think I need to re-ink this black of mine. Let's see, is he popping out nicely against that? Yes, that looks a whole lot better. Okie dokie. So just a little bit darker up there. Right. Let's just see. Yes, he's popping out nicely there. So we will grab those and we will do the bottom. Is Xenia learning anything? Did you teach her about complementary colors? Xenia's 1.5 months old. Well, start them young, Christiana. Yes, Natalie, Rachel's been putting all the links in. Are you finishing your space dog? Yes, Sarah was live in her group with Olga on Wednesday evening, and she used the space dog. Well, they can be anything really. Space. There's so many ways you can use them. As I said, they're made up characters. So I do want to use one of those bubbles over one of the characters, you know, one of those Christmas ornaments or one of those domes. And definitely, because this one looks definitely like he has a space suit on. I'm just bringing the blue in to link it up. So let's see how he's looking. Yes, he's standing out quite nicely against that dark background. I need to go a bit darker. So you see, the nice thing is you can build up layers. It's always best to blend colors and mix colors and build your layers. See how he's looking there. Yes, he's standing out quite nicely. Perfect. So happy with those. Pop them back out of the way. Right, take my tape off. You can reuse this tape, but as you can see, it gets really curly and twisty. But so I'm not going to reuse that one tonight. Okay, so now I have my 2 squares. Christiana hasn't said anything for a bit in feeding her and the baby. I think they've both gone to sleep. You know, I have that kind of voice, maybe that soft, relaxing tone of voice that could possibly put both of them to sleep. Okay, so we have the squares going. So now we have the frames that will go on top. And then we're going to have Kitty Cat in his frame and Doggo in his frame. Now we need to link these 2 up. So the way I am going to do that is to put these stencils back over the top. And I'm going to actually put the dog print right in the middle of this one. So I need the full doggy footprint. I have narrower tape. You see, it comes in different sizes. So we're going to grab the narrow one. Oh, thanks, Rachel. There was a lady in South Africa who used to follow me quite a lot when I did my lives, and her husband used to love listening when she was not watching. When she was watching, he would listen because he liked the sound of my voice. He found it very soothing. And I thought, oh my word, I could be had up for making him pass out just from the sound of my voice. Right, okay, so now I should have stuck this. Okay, so let's see, where is the middle of this? And the middle of that. So we have, let me see if I'm center. Yeah, and then I go and move it. Okay, so I will use the light of my screen behind and try and eyeball the middle. Well, you know what? I have a ruler and a pencil, and I can find the middle by just doing a crisscross, because I'm going to have black in there anyway, so you won't see it. I couldn't ever teach math and have shrieking irritating. You have to have a shrieking, irritating voice to keep the kids awake. Yes. I do enjoy teaching, though. Okay, so now we have a center point. I can center my sorry, I can't talk and center things apparently. Interesting. Okay, so we will center that ish. Okay, that is center-ish. If it's not center, I will cut it out. This is proving to be more challenging than I thought. Okay, let's double check myself. Center-ish. Well, it's certainly center of the footprint. I don't know if it's center of the square. Okay, well, just make a decision and go with it. Right, decision made. People love the SA accent. I'm always asked to do it. My accent isn't particularly South African. In fact, I was at the South African store last night here in Berlin. They had a braai, which for the rest of the world is a barbecue. Because here it was Father's Day. On Ascension Day, they have Father's Day. We don't actually celebrate it as Father's Day because we do the third Sunday in June, which is the same as South Africa. I have a funny feeling that moved. Oh, well, it's good enough. So now we have a postage stamp footprint, which we will use. So yes, there was a British guy there, and he was like, I normally struggle to understand South Africans, especially those with the very broad Afrikaans accent, but I can understand you just fine. And I said, well, that's because I have a father from London and a mother from Mozambique, so I don't have the Afrikaans accent at all. I happen to marry my husband who has an Afrikaans surname, which is complete fluke. But I must admit that now living in Germany, the Afrikaans has definitely helped. Not that I paid too much attention in school. Now I wish I had, because a lot of the words are very similar, if not the same. Like the word gratis in Afrikaans, which means free, is gratis with a hard G here in Germany. So a lot of the words are even spelt the same, almost pronounced the same, but not, So, yes, it's very exciting, Christiana and her family. We have a new crafter in our midst. Just give her a few years. I'm sure Christiana will have her in training. My son used to love crafting with me. He had his own box of stuff. He even made a tag for Tim to sign when I was doing a class with Tim. He made a tag and Tim signed it for him. So, right. Now we have the cat in his frame. Let's glue him in. Good morning from Australia. It is ridiculous o'clock there. You finally got to join. Not all Sapphirs are Afrikaans. Yes, I know. I'm an English-speaking Sapphir living in the UK. Recent move. Please put your name because I've got you down as Facebook user. Unless you just pop up to the top above this live and give Facebook permission to use your name. No, we're not all Afrikaans, but people, I guess, here expect the Afrikaans accent. Okay, so Mr. Doggo is going in the bottom of his frame, and he's off screen, of course. So I'm just gluing him to the bottom of the frame. 4:50 a.m. Yes, that is ridiculous o'clock. Are you still awake or have you just woken up? That is the question. Right, I've got a bit of glue oozing out there. I'm just going to dab that off. Okay, now we need to link them up. So we're going to have some dog footprint, I think, on the cat, because this is where you can actually see where I blotted my stencil here and it made a hard line. I tried to fix that by cleaning it up. And I had blotted this stencil here and then managed to fill in. Oh, thank you. You've just woken up. That is ridiculous. Go back to sleep. It's 10 to 5. It's Saturday where you are. Okay, so we're going to have this stamp here. I'm calling it a stamp because I've cut with the stamp emboss die cut. And now I'm going to join up by putting color into the footprints. Angela V. Yes, now I know who you are. Thank you. Yeah, that's the thing with using StreamYard. So I've signed up with StreamYard again so that I can stream to more than one place at a time. Okay, I'm just going to give this a clean because I'm now going to use blue. So this is when I will actually show you what I do. So I've got the black distress ink on here and I'm going to lightly spritz it, aka drown it in this case, with the with some water, and I'm going to put it where. Let's just see where I can add it, where it could do with some color. So let's put the doggo print up here. See if it'll work. Line it up with the cat stencil. Give it a bit of a press. Oh, thank you. The stencil is by Funky Fossil, which is a UK brand. Yes, that worked. Picked up a little bit of the other color, but there you go. You can see it printed the footprint with the doggy bones there. You can see why I prefer to use the oxide inks for doing the transfer process. It does work with the normal distress, but the oxide inks leave so much more ink on your stencil when you're working. So it definitely gives a better print. So yes, the stencils I'm using. Thank you. Oh, Rachel, you are awesome. Put the links on it. So I'm just using the other side of the clean side of my low tack tape. And what I did when I designed, because there are two stencils, one has the fish bones for the cat and the other one has the dog bones and ball for the dog. So they are exactly the same footprint so that you can do what I'm doing now, which is to, I want to do like walking footprints. So what I've also done for myself, where is it? Where's that sample that I just showed you earlier? Here it is. So what I've actually done is I have stenciled this out. What is the name of the shop that sold it in the United States? So there was Big Mouth Scrappers has it. and there was another one with a C. Can't think. Sarah, who stocks your stuff in America? Help. Anyway, so what I've done is I stenciled the whole stencil like so. Then I cut out every alternate one so that I can work out a walking footprint. So, and in fact, you could even just stencil through that, which will make life so much easier instead of having to go 1, 1, 1. You see, I had even thought about this before. You could do what I'm doing now, which is to mask that off. I will keep that for something else. And I'm going to line my stencil up. In fact, that's a cat one. No, it's the dog one on the cat. That's what's confusing me, but just it does line up like so. Exactly, the footprints all line up. Now I'm going to put this over the top. And then I can stencil the footprints in blue without having to worry. So sneaky, 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 sneaky. Okay, so I have got just off camera I'm just trying to get it onto the camera so that it's easier. You know, I started off with a huge clean desk. I'm down to working in a 6x6 square. Nothing new. Right, so we're back to the ink pad. Thank you, Big Mouse Scrappers. Yes, and there was the other one. I can't think. Frantic Stamper. Thank you. And in South Africa, they have them with no, that's it's going faster. This chat is yes. Okay, you can read the chat. But some of you are on YouTube and some of you are in Facebook. So Frantic Stamper is in the USA. Big Mouse Scrappers is USA. Natalie May from Scrapbooking in Australia. So yeah, okay. So now that I've made this nice little mask, I don't have to think and I can just ink. And I can even do one there where the stencil didn't really work. Ta-da! Now we have like walking footprints. Okay, so now the stencil will have to move because it will have to go here. Okay, so we will do the walking footprint there. You're just watching while your granddaughter has her bath, Marsha. Oh, thank you. Okay, so you could, of course, as I said, be just moving your stencil around with that, but you can see how much easier this is. It was a one-time make, and now I don't have to think. I can just use it, and I have them pitter-pattering, and I will. So I have them pitter-pattering up the page. And I have 4 minutes left. I can go over a little bit because I know there is another live straight after me. So I want to put this here. Now I have, oh, it's a good thing I found that. That's my new phone. So it's a clear cover instead of my pink cover. I can't see it when I take it off. And that has my train card. I would have been looking for that because now it was in this. Oh, dearie me. Okay, so what do I want? These are augers. And I rather like this checky splat because it goes with the kind of checkiness of this. So I will just release it from its backing. And I'm going to, I think I'm going to fill in with some of the, and I'm not putting it on a block because I don't want to have perfect stamping. So I'm just making sure I have enough ink. Okay, so I have enough ink on there, and I'm going to fill in where things are not looking so great. So don't necessarily want a perfect print, so I've used that bit. I'm going to use, so here where these footprints didn't work, I'm going to bring it in there. And then I always like to work in threes. So like I've got the paper pad, the paper die cuts repeated. I'm going to repeat. Let's just see. What can I repeat? I like these splotty dotties from the side. So I'm going to bring it in from the side. Hi, Susan. Thanks for popping in. Okay, so I've got the blue. We have that. I kind of feel like maybe we can have some black going on. Maybe we'll go with this stencil. And yeah, we can go right to the edge in that case. Move that out of the way, bring the black in. Olga's backgrounds are so cool. Yes, they really are cool. I really need to re-ink this, I think. Actually, I think, I'm getting a little bit more than I thought I was getting. So I'm just going to let it fade out. Okay, and I'm going to bring some down here. I'm trying to line it up so that it looks like a continuation of the pattern. And I'm just bringing this down. There we go. I'm going to bring some up around here along the top. So now I've got it there. So now we need some down here. That's skewed. That will bother me. So let's make it straight. Kids have arrived with Chinese food for tea. We'll catch up later. Thanks, Karen Albert. Okie dokie. And so that is going to go there. And my time is almost up. Gotta go. Thanks, Marsha. Thanks for popping in. Okay, so I have pretty much got it. Let's turn this so that you can see the whole thing. I have got my 3. I've got my 3, but I feel like I need something darker to link everything. So what have we got? We've got all these numbers. We have splitter, splatter. Yes, I think the numbers. The numbers it is. Oh, thanks. Yes, there's sort of little hints and tips and tricks about bringing things together. Let me just close my glue while I find my lid. It's working in threes, repeating things across the page, connecting things. So I am actually going to stamp this in jet black archival. Christiana was indeed feeding. Karen was correct. Let me not ink this on top of here. Dog looks like a hipster now with the specs. Yes. True hipster Berliner. Okay, so again, I am using this just on its background so that it is on its packaging so that it is flexible, because I don't want to get the whole thing. I just want to use bits and pieces of it. Right. So let's get some scrap paper involved here, because I just need to protect this. So let's pop that down on there. Oh, she's exactly 40 weeks. Okay. Yep. Okay, so that's going to protect that. And I want to have, I'm going to press in the middle. So we want the number 1 and we want these things. And we can have it kind of fading out, but I want it nice and dark from here. And because I've not used this before, it's not going nice and dark, so we will just add some more ink. Ha. There we go. Let's ink that again. And bring it up here. So I'm going to just try and line it up. And I know it's upside down, doesn't matter. Okay, because this is going to go over most of that. Then we will just ink it up one last time. Yes, Christiana is a new mama in our group. So cool. Nice to see you actually having the time to watch. Okay, where do I want to put this? What do I want? Let's just see. So let's make sure that I've already got that nicely inked. Okay. So I want that, overlapping that, and I'll have it fading out down here. There we go. So we have that going up that side. And that will go there like that. Now that feels a little bit more balanced. Okie dokie. So the last thing I will do is I will use my black applicator tool and just darken my edges even more. I had already done that before we started, but I feel like it needs a little bit more framing, and in this case I'm now actually going to darken that edge and then call it a day. I will post a photo in the group Thanks to those of you who hung around with my late start. Glad you were here. Thanks for staying with me. And there is a live starting at 1:15. Thanks, Caroline. Anytime. Your journal pages are fun. They don't have to be perfect. They just are a place to play and experiment. And the nice thing about a journal is that you don't have to show anyone. Yes, I will be taking a photograph and putting it on the group for you, but a journal is a private place to play and experiment, and you can put it in your on your bookshelf and take it out to play in without the stress of feeling like it's something that you're going to be putting on display. And it's a place where I've learned a lot and experimented a lot. Okay, let me glue that down before I forget. And thank you. Thanks for stopping in. And go and have a bathroom break and come back for 1:15. I'm going to say 9:15 here, but it's 8:15 in the UK. And goodness knows what time in Australia and America. And Gabby is typing in German. Okay, so that's a close-up of my pages. And thanks for joining me. Bye for now, she says, looking desperately for her mouse, which has disappeared in the chaos. To end the broadcast. There it is. Bye.